horrible.
One big boob.
It's just one big kid talking on a podcast. Like
I like
these
that.
men out here.
Hello.
Hello.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We popped the champers, which we'll insert clip now.
Well, congratulations to me.
Goose is currently cracking
Officially
open.
on the road.
On the road.
I really want to like shake it.
A celebration
Just call
for
me Lewis
Goose.
Hamilton, yeah.
Because why are we celebrating Goose?
Well, guys, it's finally happened. After 3 driving tests
That I'm
and
lucky.
about 9 months of driving lessons and $2.5 grand of cold hard cash.
On an automatic.
Okay, we don't need to divulge that. Yeah, on a
You're like, hey, it's easy, it's like a fucking go-kart. And you're like, yeah, I didn't bet.
Yeah. I passed my driving test. Yeah, I'm a big girl now.
Yay.
I'm an adult. All right, end of podcast.
How does it feel?
It feels good.
Wait,
I do feel like a big girl.
I haven't heard anything about your third driving test.
Oh yeah,
Did it all go well?
swimmingly,
Perfect.
except for the last bit. This isn't even my embarrassing story. This is just ridiculous.
Because earlier on this week, Goose texted me saying, I've got a fucking really embarrassing story. So I'm intrigued to hear
It's
that.
good.
But
Has me chuckling for quite a while. At the end of the driving test, he was like, okay, and if you just want to reverse park into the thing, and I was sat there like, I know I've smashed the whole test. Get this right. And then I try to reverse in. It's going horribly wrong. I come back out, try and reverse in again. I'm like, oh shit, I have to come back out. And I can see my driving instructor has come out to look, and he's standing there with his hands on his hips, like. and then the examiner kind of like he helped a little bit. He was like, okay, yeah, if you just go back a bit there, keep going. Okay, stop. Okay, good. You passed. So yeah, it was great.
great.
The embarrassing story
Okay.
was, so I was elated. I have not felt
I was
joy
elated. Bloody off my rocker, let me tell you.
off my titting rockers. I was through the roof, and the driving instructor examiner put his hand out to get my license because he was kind of like, he was talking, I wasn't listening. I was like, I fucking passed.
Yeah.
And he put his hand out to get my license, and I thought he was going to high five me. So I go to high five him. I'm like, yeah. And then, and then he takes his hand and we're like, no, I want your license. And I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry.
I thought you maybe say like handshake, and I was like, oh, you could definitely pass that off. But a
No.
high five is.
But the fact that
It's
he
bold.
didn't even let me high five him, my hand missed because he had moved out. Oh, hey.
You got rejected in your high five.
I got rejected, yeah. So
Wow.
that stung.
That's so funny.
And then the instructor wouldn't let me drive back because he was like, all right, I think you're a bit excited. I'm going to drive you home. I was like, okay.
Yeah, you just like killed 3 people on your way home.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm fucking king of the world.
But I found a place where I can rent a car
Oh yeah.
that allows you drive.
Oh,
I nearly spilled my champagne.
my champagne.
I love how I've like really classlessly put 2 cherries at the bottom of it. Like,
Goose's new obsession is what are they called?
I have no idea.
Is it Murano cherries?
Yeah, marinated cherries. Something like that. Just those sweet cherries you get in cocktails.
Yeah. Glacé cherries.
Yeah, like we've got some nice champagne, but
Goose
I've
like
shoved some fucking sugar. They're not even cherries anymore, they're just sugar.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I found a place where I can rent a car for new drivers. So if you want me to take you out in a Toyota Whip, you know, you just give me a
Toyota Whip, yeah. I'll be honest with you, I don't know how I feel about being in a car with you.
I understand. I think the fact that it took me 3 tries to pass. He did also, the examiner did help me at one point because there was a roundabout, or like a little roundabout, and it was busy as hell, and like.
Where did you do the test? Where was it?
Isleworth. And he basically told me when I could go. Like, he was just like, you can go now, by the way. I was like, okay. Because, I don't know, it was busy, you know.
It was really busy. There's like,
really
there's like
busy.
cars on the road.
Yeah.
Like, I was freaking out. Did you have the same instructor for all 3 tests?
Different instructor for all 3. And they have no idea how many times you've taken the test.
Oh,
So, for all he knows,
interesting.
yeah. So, it's totally like...
That's actually really
fair.
good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
was this the guy that you paid?
Oh, well, I paid for him to buy me the test.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
So, yeah. There is a black market out there.
I can't believe that.
No, I know. But you know what? It's the government's fault.
As always.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Ooh, I was about to say that phrase I always say, and I stopped myself. Spade or spade.
Call his spade.
The government shit.
I thought you were going to say like Hundy P or something. Like, you have quite a
That
lot.
one's kind of died out now.
Yeah, you don't really say
I'll bring it
anymore.
back. Yeah, like Hundy P, it's the government's fault.
Yeah,
so
Hundy P.
they shouldn't have caused this backlog of, I mean, like 6 to 9 months to wait for a test.
Crazy.
You'll forget how to drive
I was
by the
about to
time
say
you...
that, yeah.
So, Weev, the next, you know, if you ever...
I know, I was going to do it this year, but then I looked at how much it was going to cost and I was like, no,
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
That's what put me off for
Yeah.
so long. Because it just feels pointless.
It does feel pointless.
I wonder if I'd be able to teach you in some car park somewhere so you don't have to have as many lessons.
Yeah,
And
well, I was
save
always
some
going to do that
money.
with like one of my parents. I was going to be like, just teach me for a bit. So maybe. You
Yeah.
need a car though.
Yeah, well, rent one out. It's actually quite cheap, like 30 quid for a couple of hours.
For a couple of hours?
Or like a day, yeah, it depends what you get. You know, if you get
Wow.
something nice. Might be a bit more.
Like, give me a Lamborghini.
How much is your finest Lamborghini? For a maximum of 1 hour.
Oh, well, congrats
Yeah.
though. That's
Well,
very
thank you.
exciting.
Thank you, yeah. It's over for you, bitches. It's my time.
And when Goose says you bitches, she means the pedestrians of
Yes.
West London.
Yes, quite.
Be
Quite.
careful.
I do actually be careful when I'm on the road because, you know, again, took me 3 times. So I got lucky. Do you have an embarrassing story of the week?
I was thinking about this because I think it's been a couple of weeks since we recorded. And I was trying to think of like anything embarrassing that's happened to me, but I feel like this isn't embarrassing for me, but embarrassing for the other person.
Ooh.
So
Plot twist.
you know this story already.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's surprised.
Yeah. So I've been like skirting around talking about dating for a long time. You know, I think because for many a reason, and also I'm extremely like afraid my parents are gonna listen to this.
Oh, yeah. Do you
Because-
know if they do?
No, they don't. But like my dad the other day was like, "What's your podcast called?" And I was like, "No judgment zone." But I'm really hoping that his
No, I forgot.
Yeah, I
That's
can't
crazy.
because they obviously know that we did it, but I don't know if they listen or not. I kind of hope not because I feel like it's the kind of, I feel like we talk about stuff where my dad would be like, "Are you sure you want to be saying that on the internet?"
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, fair enough, Graham.
Fair enough, yeah.
But
But also, I do have verbal diarrhea around you, and the fact that this is also being aired. It's hilarious.
yeah, and also it's like, you know, it's all fun and games and whatever.
It
So-
is, yeah.
And I feel like, you know, dating is a really funny thing to talk about, and it brings the juice.
Yeah, it does.
It's just juicy,
does,
and everyone's interested in it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like I should bring my dating era to the pod.
Oh, gosh.
And you know, it might be a
love
bit
this.
censored because that's just
Anonymity. Don't want to get sued.
Don't want to get sued. But so basically, been going on dates, and bearing in mind, I've not been on a first date for 8 years. Like, she's been in long-term relationships, so it's been interesting coming back to the dating world. A lot has changed
And you spent all your formative years
in a relationship.
in a fucking relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. And
That's
that's, I would say, quite a unique experience.
You think?
Yeah, I don't think most people
Yeah.
have, yeah.
So coming to the dating world at 26 has been a shock to the system. And, you know, mostly been like really positive, to be fair. And there was this guy who we'll call Raymond.
My name is Rayma.
My
Well, you
name
can
is
call me
Ray.
Ray.
You can call me Ray. So Ray. Went on a date with him, went really well, like got on like house on fire, there was good vibes. He wanted to see me again, obviously. Go on a second date, goes really well. He wants to see me again, obviously. And let me tell you, he wanted a slice of the Weev pie.
He wanted
He
a
wanted
slice.
he wanted more than a slice, bro.
Woo!
He wanted
He wanted the whole pie.
Yeah, he wanted the whole pie.
Oh, fingers in the pie. Sorry, that was disgusting.
So, you know, he's keen. He's a keen bean. Texted me afterwards, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, cool. Then, nothing. I'm like, interesting. Just goes off the radar. But I had shot myself in the foot because from the first date, I was like, don't worry too much about messaging in between seeing each other. I know it's a bit long. Trying to act like I'm really chill, but I'm not. But you know what I mean? I was just there like, it's whatever. Then, you know, a few days go by. And I think, okay, let me just pop him a message and see. So I make a little joke. I'm like, you're right. Like, I know I said not to worry about messaging, but like, you all good? Nothing.
And let's just say this: you're very good at texting. Like, as in not the time, more like the way you create a text.
Craft.
You are an artiste.
I'm an artiste
when it comes to the
texting.
text, and you are the person everyone goes
It's
to.
true. You
to
need
craft
a text. You
You
come to me.
Yeah, so I have no doubt it was the chillest,
So
nicest,
chill.
coolest fucking text.
Coolest
He
fucking
could have gotten that week.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Continue.
Also, bearing in mind, right, before he dropped off the radar, he was sending me some saucy messages.
Was he?
Yeah, I was with you when it happened.
Oh,
When we were at Tilly's.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah, he did send quite.
he was
funny,
laying it
yeah.
on thick.
Yeah.
All right.
That's funny because I lose track of who's who,
Yeah.
and I forgot that he was the one who did send that.
Yes.
text.
Yeah. So
okay.
he's sending me saucy messages. He's, like I said, he wants a bit of the Weev pie.
Mhm.
So, you know, it's been a bit of a 180 for no reason to my mind. I'm like, nothing's changed, you know, whatever. But after he doesn't respond to my message that I'd sent like a few days after, I was like, right, whatever. He's obviously, you know, backed out, changed his mind, whatever. Not going to deep it. Cool. Then I'm at rehearsals on Sunday and I go on my WhatsApp and I see that he's like popped back up to the top of my messages, but he's deleted what he sent. So I don't know what he said. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, he's popped up again, but then obviously retracted whatever it was that he said. Whether it was a message or a mistake and he deleted it, like, I don't know. Whatever it was, though.
Renewed.
Yeah. And then I'm like, I just had this feeling and I checked Instagram and he'd unfollowed me. I know. And I'm like, you're a fucking pussy. Like,
Yeah.
and you know what's even more fucking hilarious is that on our second date we'd had a conversation about communication. And I was like, if you're not feeling it, just tell me, like, don't ghost me, because I actually like have no time for that. And he was like, no,
Yeah.
absolutely, communication is the most important thing. I'm like, yeah. Wow, Raymond.
Wow,
What
not
the
everyone
fuck is
loves
that?
Raymond.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of things. I have two theories here. One, maybe he was getting the vibe that you weren't going to reply as saucily to his saucy text.
My friend did say this because I engaged and responded, but I did kind of dampen it.
You
pretty
weren't
quick.
like, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Let me go to the bathroom and like, you know, fucking show you what I got.
Yeah, not my style.
Yeah, no. Or two, he's dating someone where he lives, which is not London. So
No, he does live in London, but he works outside of London.
oh, I see. Oh, interesting. Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I could still have a girlfriend. You never know nowadays.
That's true. It is true. But bizarre, right?
Bizarre though.
So bizarre.
Extreme. It's one of those things you could ruminate about it and just be like,
I'll never
why,
know.
why? And also the message. What the fuck was that message?
I know. I would pay money to know what that message was.
I'd pay money to create a time machine, turn
Yeah.
back time, not even stop any wars. I'd be like, just show me that text.
Yeah. Like, let me be on my phone as soon as he sends it so I can at least read it
Yeah.
before, like, the 5-second gap where he then deleted it. Do you know what I mean?
But deleting text is such a red flag.
Yeah, I agree,
Such a
because
red flag.
I can see, and like when I was in a rehearsal, and then my drummer was like, "You should message him and be like, and call him out and be like, hi, sorry, what did that say?" Like,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Be
yeah.
like, but I just
Saw
like,
that.
delete, yeah. What? Fucking busy. But the thing that I've had quite not consistently with dating, but I've noticed a pattern somewhat, is guys come in strong. They lay it on thick like fucking peanut butter sandwich, yeah?
Yeah.
Then
no jam, just
peanut
absolute butter.
peanut butter getting stuck to the roof of your mouth is so thick. Then
not even in a sexual way.
no, just like it's actually
you're
kind of
confused,
annoying. It's a bit too much. You're a bit overwhelmed.
just people are like, but I think I like it.
yeah. And you're like, okay, let's go. Then the fucking millisecond that you begin to let an ounce of your guard down, and you're like, okay, maybe like he's all right. Like, I don't know, because I feel like women go in skeptical, walls up.
Yes.
You have to convince me that you're not a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
A few days in, you're like,
yeah,
okay, like, I think the good outweighs the bad. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah.
Bolted.
Yeah.
The minute that it gets anything beyond a bit of a lol situation.
If that is the exact formula every single time.
It's madness.
It's so funny how you've been on the dating scene for what, a couple of months?
Oh, literally.
You've already got the formula down in a way that I couldn't even comprehend. And my mind is blown. I'm like, fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
That's the exact way
so fucking
it
true.
always goes.
They come in peanut butter and they leave jam.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah. They come in peanut butter. You turn around to get the jam. You come back. They're
they're
gone.
gone.
So I got all this peanut butter in my mouth for nothing.
I got all this bread, yeah, for nothing. I turn around and I'm reaching for the jam. I'm like, you know what, yeah? He's alright. Let me put some jam on this situation. Gone. Before.
You'd go Tesco 5 minutes to get some bread. Gone.
Warburton's best of both. And what do you come back to? Nothing.
Warburton's best of both.
Hovis supersede. And he's gone
Tiger Bloom.
Stone baked ciabatta.
Gale's £10 loaf. And it's just white bread. I'm crying.
It's ridiculous. Oh my god.
Oh,
Actually ridiculous.
Oh
Men
my
are
God.
a joke.
that's such a joke.
A joke.
That has me wept. Really showing our like West London roots.
Yeah.
Get the bread.
Can you tell that we went over, yeah?
State school, you know.
State school, you know what I'm saying? Oh dear.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Actually hilarious.
Yeah, God. But what can you do?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if you just match their energy.
Well, it's like my friend said, she's like, right, when you're dating, when you're talking to guys on Hinge or whatever, match their energy minus 20%.
Oh,
And I kind of live by that rule. I think she's right.
Yeah, she's right.
Match minus 20.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If they're taking
Yeah.
3 hours to reply, you take 4.
Yeah.
If they're, you know...
But then the problem comes when they take days and you're like, do I now
Yeah.
go like double this? Or?
yeah. By that point, it's
So
like,
confusing.
fucking hell, I can't be asked for this shit.
No.
Just can't bother for the games, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's his embarrassing story of the week. Is like he sent a message and deleted it and then unfollowed me on Instagram. That's embarrassing,
That's
Raymond.
embarrassing.
If you're listening to this, which you won't be, but if you are,
Raymond, bruv.
be embarrassed.
Raymond, bruv.
Raymond, bro.
Willie isn't that small, I'm sure.
Yeah. There's no need to be so insecure. It's
No
all
need to be
right.
insecure. Someone will love you. It's not your mum. Let's remember the last guy I kind of had a, situationship with.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Let's call him Greg.
Greg. Yeah, he deserves a fucking name like that.
Sorry to all the Gregs out there.
Yeah, sorry, Greg.
He has a fucking name like that.
Some guy called Greg listening to this
Like,
just starts crying. Oh fuck.
We love you, Greg.
We love you, Greg. Yeah, fucking Greg. He Yeah, oh yeah, massive love bomber. But I kind of matched the energy, as in I was just like, yeah, okay, let's go, you're fit, let's go. Then naturally, like, he disappears and then comes back a month later, and then disappears and comes back, and
he
then
was very hot and cold.
oh, so hot and cold. Yeah, that it was like, okay, well, clearly you don't know what the fuck's going on in your own brain.
Yeah,
That's fine. I'll walk
just
away.
don't drag me along for the
Yeah.
ride.
Oh, and the unfollowing messages was constant, absolutely constant. Do
Wait,
you remember?
wait, what was that?
One time he would send a message when we were on holiday.
Yeah. What, and then did he delete it?
And they delete it. Yeah, and I would say to you, it was us and it was the girls. We were on our girls' holiday, and I was like, look at this message here. Give it 20 minutes, he'll delete that. I'm telling you, it'll be gone. We look back 10 minutes later, it's gone.
Gone. You like,
pussy.
Don't bother getting the jam.
Don't. I've not even left the house.
Yeah.
I ain't going to the store. And yeah, ultimately, he came crawling back.
Yeah,
and
many
then,
times.
And then obviously I didn't reply because, I mean,
You've got
why?
an ounce of self-respect.
Why, you know?
Yeah.
And then he blocked me. Unsent all his messages and blocked me. And I was like, what have I done to you, man? I've been nothing but nice.
What a pussy. That's actually fucking
chill.
Do you know
really
what as
weird.
well? I think is that I'm realizing is that men are all chat. It's all show. As soon as it gets to like anything that's like real, as in not even real as in serious, but even just like meeting up or like sleeping together or like whatever it might be.
Yeah, even sleeping together.
They fucking freak out and they run.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is that not what you want?
Yeah.
Like, you've got your like dream set up right now.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't know. And like, they just like, but it's all fucking show. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So wild.
That's very true. Even it doesn't even have to be that serious.
No.
But it is like a little bit of, okay, we're going to meet up
Something
for the
actually
second
happening.
time or the third time.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God.
Yeah. And
Oh
I'm like,
my
what
God,
did you think
it's an
was going
arranged
to
marriage.
happen? Yeah. What did you think was the process of us speaking to one another?
Yeah.
To one another. It's
One another.
Fucking crazy.
Oh, it's madness. Voodoo madness. Yeah, man. But thing is, I think you've got the right approach with dating. Like, you're not really letting any of it affect you.
My God.
I've not seen you upset really
oh my
over.
God. I've not shed a single emotion over anyone.
Yeah.
My heart's too broken from the other situation, so I'm just like, they come at me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I find it I'm like, this is hilarious because I'm like, your behavior is actually pathetic.
Yeah.
Because I think I've almost like the whole breakup situation that I have had was like the worst thing that could possibly happen. So I feel like I'm like iron, steel, fucking come at me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, babes.
Like water off a duck's back,
Nothing you
to be
could do
honest.
that could upset me.
Yeah, literally.
Which is great because I think dating can be so painful for a lot of women because they're like, they go in with the expectations and the kind of like, you know, they build someone up in their head.
Oh my God, so
which
easily
I don't
done.
think you've done. Really?
I think I can a bit, but I think I'm very aware of it. And then I'm also like, but I also think there's an element of like, I haven't yet like fallen for someone.
No.
And I think when that happens, we'll see. Because I feel like that might be when I'm a bit fucked. Because like, as soon as you start liking someone or feeling a bit vulnerable, that's when things get hard. But so far, I'm like, there's a wall. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, whatever. Low. But I think if I like someone, I'd be like, oh shit. Like, do you know what I mean?
I'm in muddy waters now.
Yeah.
It is like the fear of God is
Yeah,
into you when you start to fancy someone. Yeah.
It's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Then it's like your mood then kind of relies on this other person. It's horrible.
It is so mad how like your mood is completely dictated by the person you fancy.
Yeah.
In a way that you do not get with friends and family.
No.
It's like it's literally like a drug.
It is like a drug.
You just lose your shit.
Yeah.
Lose your fucking shit.
But then also I think there is something to be said for like the right person doesn't make you feel like
Doesn't
that.
make you lose your shit. Yeah, because they never cause that sort of back and forth like
No, there's no
uncertainty.
push and pull, avoidant, anxious, like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? They're just consistent and there.
Yeah.
So you never like worry that they're not, you know?
I saw some really cringy TikTok that was like, obsession is only like caused by absence. So That's why you start getting
Fucking
obsessed with a
true.
crush.
Yeah, because you're filling in the gaps because they're not being consistent, you know?
Yeah.
Facts, bruv.
But then every time I try and do that on a guy, they just leave. Just don't text me back. I'll be like, I'm going to give a bit of space, you know.
Then they're not the right person.
Well, no.
You know?
But many men have not been the right person for me, and I've been like, I'm obsessed with you.
Are you obsessed with them or the idea of them?
I don't know. I can't tell the difference.
Do you think that they're Flynn Rider?
The problem is I date a lot of actors, so they can they can just act however they figure out I want
That's
them to.
one thing on Hinge. If they're an actor, I'm like, no.
Good, yeah.
I cannot. Like, there's like an intrinsic ick inside of me that's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
So valid.
Yeah, but you like
So
actors.
valid. Well, I'm around them all the time, so I don't necessarily seek them, but
it's just what's about.
It happens. It's what's about. It's what's in my world, you know. And also because acting's so emotionally intense anyway. So when you're in a scene with them where like they're your husband or like they're your love interest, then you fully start to think, we're in love. Yep.
This is real.
Yeah, this is real. Have you seen that Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni clip where they're like dancing in the film It Ends With Us?
No.
The way that like he can switch on acting in love with her and like stroking her hair and everything and like being all like, yeah, sexy, and then the second they hit cut, he's just like, okay, see you later. And I was like,
what?
Girl, I'd fall in love if Justin did that to me.
Okay, question. You're married to whatever, like a famous actor, and you're both like actors.
Cheat.
Don't even know what my fucking question is. Okay, who's like someone that you really like, you fancy him?
Jack Martin.
I heard you. I was going to say, is that the TikTok guy?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking about an actor. Like, who's in like like
Ryan Gosling.
Okay, Ryan Gosling. You're with Ryan Gosling.
I'd never cheat.
This is the one I'm going to. Ryan Gosling's in a film and he's got like a really intimate scene, like sex, kissing, like blah 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 blah, with someone who's really fit, and you're a bit like, you know, you feel a bit intimidated by it. But he assures you know, he's like, no, it's just like my job. It's okay. It's all good. But like, do you feel a way about that?
Yeah. Yeah. I would be incapacitated.
I wish I'm paying you that.
It's such a good to my head. It's strong stuff.
I'm being incapacitated.
I could be incompatible. Incapacitated.
I'm fucking Decker. Wait.
Wait. Oh no. One of Dusty's friends said that on the podcast they were listening and they were like, yeah, sometimes I just don't know what you guys are laughing about.
Valid.
I was like,
so valid.
To me it's clear as day.
Yeah.
But yeah, valid. Okay, sorry.
So
I would be incapacitated. I would probably find a bench somewhere to look out.
What? A bench?
And I would sit and I'd look at the river and I would just have to process my emotions.
Yeah, okay. That's
That's
a
where
much
that was
healthier
going.
response than I thought you'd come back with. They're like, right, what I do is I put some laxatives in her coffee, she shits herself. I have to step in for the role. Job done.
Oh, I should come to you with my problems then. That's great. Yeah, that's so much better.
Poisoner.
Just to fucking bench and process my emotions. What's that? Let's get some revenge, man.
Yeah. Make her shit herself.
What would you do if it was...
If I was with like
If you were with Paul Mescal, famous cheater as well.
a famous what? Cheater?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, apparently, apparently he cheated on that singer he was dating.
Gracie Abrams.
Gracie Abrams.
Did he? because he's been heartbroken since Phoebe.
Oh God, yeah, Phoebe did break his heart.
Yeah.
To be fair, I feel like if you've been cheated on, you become the cheater.
Yeah, I agree.
I would know. No, not really.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Paul was in a sexy scene with someone.
Yeah. And it was Emma Stone. Actually, no, I feel like she's married, so you know.
Yeah, because I wouldn't be worried about Emma because
no.
she's a great gal.
She's a good egg. Because we know her.
Let's say it's because we know her. She's our best friend. Emma wouldn't do that to me.
We were roommates.
Oh my god, they were roommates. Okay, it's Paul with the new up and coming fit actor that everyone loves.
Yeah, they're unknown. They're kind of known.
Yeah, they're kind of known. And she's like cool and like.
She's got an indie Instagram.
Yeah.
And like it kind of still looks indie, even though she's got like 500k.
Yeah. Oh, it wouldn't be easy.
No.
That's for sure. But it depends how secure I am in the relationship.
Yeah, how secure has he made you feel?
Yeah, if he gives me nothing to worry about, I'll be like, work is work. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I'll book in a little music video where I have to kiss someone fit, just as a little, you know, to get a little bit even.
Tip-tap.
Tip-tap. I'll be like, oh, Paul, have a good
Valid.
day. He's like, what are you doing today? And I'll be like, well, you know, I'm doing a music video and I've got to kiss, who's fit? Callum Turner. Yeah, you know, got a whole scene, like it's pretty steamy, like
There's a bed involved.
there's
Don't
a
worry about it.
bed.
Don't worry about it. You have a nice day at work.
Yeah, have a good day, sweetie. And he's like, oh, right, okay. And all day he's thinking about me.
All day.
He's like, what's she up to, Callum?
Worrying. As he rides that unknown kind of known actress. All that's on his mind.
Is me.
Oh, fucking Callum Turner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Callum
Get
Turner's
even.
actually with Dua Lipa, so yeah, I know.
Oh, God.
Sexiest couple alive.
Yeah.
I need someone who's
Yeah.
single.
Yes. I have actually no idea who Callum Turner is.
What?
But I obviously know who
He was
Dua
in
Lipa is.
Masters of the Air.
the
Not the Irish one, who I love, who came up on Uriah.
Yeah.
Anthony Boyle. Oh,
never
my
liked me
God.
back, man.
so sad.
Never
Actually,
liked
I
me.
think I like him more than Paul.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I should watch Master of the Air just
It's
for that.
so good.
Yeah.
It's actually really amazing.
Yeah,
Acting's phenomenal. Barry Keoghan's in it.
I don't
Austin
like him.
Butler. I know, but
After
like
the
good
split.
cast. As in
Right,
like
good actors.
whether you like him or not,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like good cast.
Leave the politics out of it.
Yeah.
Just, the talent is raw.
It's raw. It's fucking real. Cut it with a fucking
real.
knife. Right, Barry Keoghan opinions go. I feel like we came into this like, right, so we're going to talk about like driving test stories, keeping it relevant. And we're like, right, fucking what's his name?
Barry Keoghan,
Barry-
yeah?
opinions go. Later.
if you were dating the hottest guy in the world.
But he's with this actress and she's, no, not really. She's had something on fucking Cannes Film Festival, but like, whatever. She's been in an indie film, but like no one fucking knows who she is really.
No one knows. No one really knows.
But her tits are perky and your man is in a scene with her. Would you do? Go. I'm like, I got a fucking laxative,
Oh.
spike a fucking kale smoothie. She shits
That
herself.
bitch is kale fucking smooth. That she definitely drinks.
Yeah.
Oh, she definitely drinks.
She's getting that fucking $20 Hailey Bieber fucking ass smoothie from Erewhon. Spike the shit out of it.
Hailey Bieber fucking.
That'll fucking teach her.
Skims bra. Those perky fuckers that don't even need a bra. Fuck. I hate this girl. She doesn't exist, but I
fucking hate her.
Oh, this is going in my morning pages.
Last night, me and Weev hooked up.
And now I fucking hate this bitch.
What's her name?
Doesn't exist. Oh, something that goes like Ia, like
Mia.
Mia, Sophia, Katrina, fucking bitch.
Oh
Whew.
god, that's hilarious.
Barry Keoghan, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I'm sorry, right?
Yeah, I feel the same.
Sabrina Carpenter. Are you?
Yeah.
mad. Like,
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
got to be
You gotta be fucking insane.
actually fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like, she is probably the most perfect looking woman I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah. You know what? She's not my type, but I can appreciate that she's hot,
Like-
talented, and rich. Like, bottom line. And she also seems quite nice.
She seems jokes. Her sense of
She
humor
seems
is
kinda jokes.
cracking. But also, I'm just like I've genuinely not like it's like it freaks me out how like conventionally attractive she is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
The conventional is conventionaling.
yeah. And you cheated on her? What do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm actually it's baffling. Actually baffling.
And it's also a bit like, right, you won us over at the beginning. You came in humbly,
Yeah.
sweetly. Banshees of Inisherin. That was his big break, wasn't it?
I've not seen that. Is it good?
Yeah.
And then Saltburn.
Very good. Yeah, Saltburn.
Cracking.
You came in with the talent, and we were all like, cool. We heard your backstory.
We were like, great.
We were like, oh my God, he comes from really humble beginnings.
And then you were in the Please, Please, Please music video, and she
Yeah.
kind of put you in your place, and it was incredible.
Yeah.
Power move on her part.
Yeah. Also, lest we forget, you leave your wife and kids.
Were they married?
Oh, I don't know, actually.
I don't think they were married.
Okay.
But
Go
baby mama.
Baby mama. You
I
leave your baby mama
actually
and your
always
kid
forget he's got a child. That's fucking wild.
that he probably never sees.
Sabs was about to be a fucking stepmom.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sabs, for a second there, I was like, who the fuck? It's that fucking bitch and the skin's bright. Oh, no.
Sabby Sue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a lot for
Wow.
her to take on, actually.
Women
She's
are
not just...
we do too much.
Oh, too much. We actually do.
Yeah, we do too
Yeah.
much.
But it's two sides of the coin. Like, you either do too much or you do nothing at all. Patterns and swirls, man. Patterns and swirls.
So patterns and swirls.
I think about that once a day.
So patterns and swirls.
I really don't need drugs.
No, you don't. You're having a great time.
Oh boy. Got any funny driving test stories?
Yeah, driving test stories. Right, let's wrap up the podcast. You've been listening to. No, let's talk about some driving. I found I found some things on fucking Reddit about like fucking driving test stories.
Okay. Been practicing your Irish accent, I see.
Well, it's actually I had a session earlier this week with this guy. Bless you. This guy called Jack in a band called Fickle Friends, and he breaks into accents constantly, and it's hilarious. So he'll be like, "Yeah, so like with the chorus, I'm just fucking like I'm thinking that it's like we have to go out of it like blah blah," and he'll just like break into like Scouse, Irish, Scottish, like whatever. Everything's on the cards, just mid-sentence, and he'll switch like 5 times.
And he'll do it earnestly.
Yeah.
I like this
Like,
man.
we'll have a full-on conversation. He's like, yeah, fucking, it's crazy, like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wow.
And I love that he doesn't address it. He's
No.
just like...
There's no acknowledgement, and I'm just like, and then I'll mirror it, and I'm like, yeah, so the fucking, like, verse, I think needs to start with, like, something that...
The ba-ba-ba.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
hilarious.
that.
Yeah, I feel like it's like I've not seen the film, but you know James McAvoy, and he's like 10 million different people.
Split.
Yeah. It's like fucking Split.
And now I'm Miranda.
yeah, exactly.
Oh.
I'm not going to do it in an accent because listening back to me in the last episode
Yeah.
doing an accent, I was like, that's fucking atrocious.
It's the fact that it felt like you were drowning.
Yeah,
and someone had to save you.
Literally.
Okay. When driving to... This is on Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
When driving to the test centre, every set of traffic lights were red. So obviously you're with your driving instructor and
Well,
you...
I don't know how it works. Like, what do you start at the centre and then
Fair.
do a route?
So you do an hour of lesson before your test.
Okay.
So, which flies by, I tell you. And so you do like an hour with your instructor, and then you drive yourself with your instructor to the test, and then
Okay.
get in the car and you go. So this guy was driving to the test centre
With
with his instructor.
And so then he's done the test. It's been the end.
No, he's driving to the test centre. So he's doing his like
hour
lesson.
Got you. Okay.
Every set of traffic lights were red. First set of lights I approached on my test. So he's just started the test.
Okay.
He's just approaching some traffic lights. I slowed down and stopped perfectly. They were on green.
Oh no.
That made me juggle. Because you're kind of like, you're in that mode of like, okay, red. And then he just like, the second he leaves the parking lot, he stops on a green.
This one was like, my friend came out of the test centre onto a one-way street. Examiner said, come out of here and turn left. And my friend says, okay, turning left, and then promptly turned right into oncoming traffic. But it's kind of thing of like when you're panicking.
Yeah, you're not thinking straight.
You're not thinking straight.
No.
Or left or right, apparently.
Yeah. There were quite a few times in the lessons, early lessons, when I would just go on the accelerator rather than braking. And I did that once at a fucking roundabout. A busy round. I'm supposed to obviously brake before the roundabout. And I just step on the accelerator. The driving instructor slams on the brake. He's like, okay. You were going to go.
Yeah.
We were going to die.
You were going to go.
Okay, I've got one. Shortly after passing my test at 17, I drove to pick my mate up. On the way, I passed a girl I really fancied. In brackets, still do. I ditch any plans for a drink even 30 years later. I understand. So assume the position. One hand on gear stick, one at 12 o'clock, windows down. Smile and a wee wave when I went past, and I was checking her out in the mirrors. Drove straight into the curb and onto the pavement.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Imagine your crush just like, hey.
Yeah. That's so awkward.
Oh god, yeah.
This one was like, my sister was being tested by a guy who was also being tested. In other words, there was one guy in the back testing the guy who was testing my sister's driving. So there's two people in the car, her test person and someone who was testing her tester. Does that make sense?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I forgot, of course, the testers have to be tested.
Yeah. So there's a whole lot of testing going on. The guy testing my sister was so nervous that my sister had to pull over while he had a mild panic attack.
No.
At the end of the test, he had passed my sister with 3 faults over the threshold for failure. The guy in the back was not impressed. So my sister passed her test with a fail, and the guy testing her failed with a pass. What a fucking shit show.
My god.
I'd be so pissed if I was the one that had like paid to take that test.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hold on a minute. I'm fucking driving. He's having a fucking panic attack because you're testing him and he's too fucking nervous to test me. Do you know what I mean? Like,
at that point, it should be a free test.
Yeah.
And handed out for free.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
You ain't paid 62 good pounds.
Is it £62?
Yeah.
God.
And then on the black market, it's 170.
Fucking hell.
I paid for that twice.
Oh, bro.
Dude.
This other one was like, a friend of mine hit a girl and seriously injured her. But he passed the test. So
What?
the accident wasn't his fault. She ran out in front of him, leaving him with almost zero time to react. He emergency brakes but hits her, stops, and goes out and performs emergency first aid. Stayed on scene, dealt with the medical personnel and the police, and then after a delay of almost 2 hours, continued on his test. And he passed. How fucking crazy is that? I'd be fucking traumatized.
Imagine the examiner coming home from work and they're like, how was work, sweetie? You will never fucking guess the day I've had.
Yeah.
She's probably like, fuck, I haven't had an interesting story in years.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. To be fair, good examiner for being like, that wasn't your fault. It was the same as like my second driving test. It was pretty much perfect. And then I move out on the zebra crossing after having looked.
Zebra crossing.
Zebra crossing. Free Roger. And as I move out, a pedestrian decides to take a risk and just be like, I'm just going to run across the road here. and then obviously I was failed because I can't be on the zebra crossing at the same time as a person.
Annoying.
And I was like, that wasn't me.
Yeah.
That was him. They took a risk. Yeah,
I remember, I think our friend Phoebe said that her housemate failed her test because a pedestrian just like stepped out on the road and it wasn't her fault. But like, and I'm like, that's shit. And I actually think about that a lot when I just cross the road randomly. I'm like, I hope no one was taking their test right now because I would have fucked their day up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you see a massive car saying learner.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit.
Don't jaywalk.
Yeah, don't jaywalk.
I was watching some TikToks as well of people driving. And there's a really funny one of there's this woman, her brother's taking a test, and she's kind of like watching his car come out and filming it. And he's at the beginning of the test. He's coming out of the test center, rolling out. At the same time, a blind woman comes walking down the road, waving her stick, smacks into the car whilst he's trying to like look to see if he can like emerge, and he immediately failed.
What?
Just because a woman walked into his car.
Oh, that's not fair.
That's so not fair. Sometimes you just get unlucky. Oh, and then there was a video of there was a woman who was definitely in America. She was driving, and there was a guy in this massive Jeep behind her, like directly behind her. And you're supposed to leave like at least a car's width between each car. So obviously if they stop, you can stop in time. And he is right on her back. And someone commented and said, men in big trucks only tailgate you like this because they're in a hurry to get home and kiss their dad on the lips. So funny.
Do you think you'll have road rage? Because I think that like I was chatting about this with Jack the other day, and because he was like dropping me off after our session, and I was like, he's a very chill person. I was like, oh, do you ever get road rage? And he was like, nah. And then I was like, I think I'd really enjoy, because I don't think I would either, but I think I'd enjoy just like calling people names in the confines of my own little box. Do you know what I mean? Like in a jokey way, like if someone did something stupid, like you fucking can't, or like, you know, when we're like, you myopic, absolute. Like incongruous fucking wet like muffin moldy back of the fridge cheese block. Yeah, exactly. Like not seriously getting angry, but just like calling people names. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's fun. So true. Yeah, no, I think I would a little bit actually. Yeah, I think you would. Yeah, just because like there was a moment on the test where someone was on a roundabout and a car overtook him to go onto the roundabout without even looking. And I turned to the instructor like, did you see that? Oh my god. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I would never do that, Brian. Right. I would never do that. Especially not in front of someone so fucking sexy. We all know why you passed your third test, Goose. Yeah, no wonder he spoke about his wife the entire time. I got a wife. Yeah, I was just happened to wear a bikini that day. It's just me, or is it really hot in here? England in February. Yeah. Is it me or... Oh god. No, I think people can be, I guess because, you know, I think people are worse on roads because they're kind of anonymous. A bit like being online, except you're out in the world in a fucking killing machine. Because they can kind of just be dicks. Yeah, and drive off and drive away. And you know what, my driving instructor always said this at least 3 times every lesson. He was like, men in Aldis, really? Steer clear. Yeah, he was like, they have this tiniest willies and they will overtake and cut you up and that's like hilarious. Speed past you and shit like that, and it's dangerous, you know. You're like, you could kill me. Yeah, it's true. It's not like lols. It's not lols. When both our lives are on the line. Yeah. Yeah. Men in Aldis, yeah, which does check out. Yeah, it does check out. Yeah. Men in general, to be honest. Don't marvel you're driving, bro. Not, yeah. Yeah. You be in a little Ford Fiesta, you still a cunt. You could be in a Fiat 500. Yeah. You're still a cunt. I'm still out here in my fucking jam. Where are you? A trunk full of jam. Oh my god. What a tangent episode. Wow, yeah. What are we going to call it? God, there's so much we can... There's a lot. Peanut Butter Men and... Barry Keoghan. Barry Keoghan and that fucking bitch with the Skims bra. And Skims bitch. Skims bitch. Peanut Butter and Skims bitch.
Quite like that. Yeah.
Well, as always, I've been Weev. Nothing was
I've
wrong,
been-
so you'd say it first. It's Goose and Weev, not Weev and Goose. Go on.
Well then. As always, I've been Goose.
And I've been Weev.
And we've been
No Judgment Zone. Write into us with your embarrassing stories, confessions. It could be literally about anything. No one's emailed us yet.
Can someone
Please fucking email us.
email us?
Dating stories, what you like, I don't know.
Just to say hi.
Yeah.
Please. Just interact.
Just interact, please. No Judgment Zone Pod at outlook.com. No Judgment Zone Pod on all socials. That's it.
See you on the flip side.
I think you say that at the end of every podcast.
Do I?
Yeah. See you on the flip. I just edit it out.
Maybe that's why I've never heard it, so I say it every time. I haven't said this yet.